Hello, my beautiful souls. I'm Veronika Starr, your soul embodiment and alignment specialist. I'm so happy that you decided to find out a little bit more about your quantum human design. So, today we're going to talk about your type. And your type is kind of like knowing what kind of car you are. So if you think you're a big truck made to go up the hill, but you're actually a beetle that's made to zip really quickly through the city, then you might get yourself stuck in the mud. So we're going to talk a little bit about what your type is so that you can find the right path that's made just for you. Let's get started. Hello, my beautiful reflector. In the quantum human design, you're what's known as the calibrator, and you make up 1% of humanity. So it is quite normal for you to feel different than the world, maybe feel like you don't fit in anywhere. You are different. You're not broken. You are quite unique, and the world needs you. You are the mirror of the world, the reflector, right? So you are constantly reflecting what it is that you see. Um, you're a lunar being. So my first invitation to you would be to pay attention to the moon cycles because you tend to work with the moon. The moon is your biggest guide. And it's also the amount of time that you need in order to make an aligned decision because you are completely open, right? So if you look at your chart, all of the centers that you have in your chart will be white. You won't have any color in your chart. And that means that all your centers are open, and when they're open, they're sampling the energy around them, right? So you're here to feel the energy of other people. You tend to be very empathic people, constantly feeling the energies of others, feeling the energy of the environment around you. So if you're in an environment that's toxic, that's contaminated, that's intense, that you will tend to just be completely overwhelmed, anxious, angry, depressed, right? So your environment is really super, super important to find people that you resonate with, to find people that you want to bask in their type of energy, right? Because you're like a sponge. You are like the chameleon of the world, right? Constantly taking on the colors of what it is that's around you. And the way that your decision making works is you need to have time to be able to release all these energies of other people because you're like a sponge taking up the energy of the people around you. If you try to make a decision in the moment while you have people around you, then it might be a decision that is more aligned for the person next to you, not for you. So, super important when you're making big decisions in your life, you want to make sure that you are in a room where no one else is, or you're in a park by yourself. You want to connect with nature. Being in nature is really your best friend. It's where you are able to make aligned decisions, but also where you regenerate your energy, right? Going to bed for you is not enough for you to re energize. Going for walks in nature is going to be way more energizing than going to bed. Um, Finding time to meditate, to do breath work, to be by yourself is going to be way more energizing than going to bed. So you really thrive in clean, supportive, like-minded communities. Okay. And you need time to make decisions. So, like I was saying, the lunar cycle is really your friend because that's how much time it may take for you to release the ideas, um, the influences of the other people around you, to really just write down, like, what does this feel like? Does this feel like a yes or a no to you? You write it down, write the date. And then you look at that question again in the next few days. Like, how am I feeling about it today? Is it the same answer or is it a different answer? And then you'll ask yourself again another few days. And then you'll kind of like tally up, like, I'm getting more yeses than nos. And the reason that keeps coming back seems to be the same. And yeah, okay, so I think it's a yes. So I know that that's really difficult, especially nowadays in a world where people want answers really quickly. But know that if the people really truly love you and respect you, that they will honor the time that you need when you can communicate that with them, right? So informing people that, look, I need time to make decisions. Spontaneous decisions are not your friend, right? Saying yes or no in the moment is generally not the best way for you. So you want to inform the people around you, especially your partner or your family, your closest friends, that you need time to make decisions. Things like, can I sleep on it? When do you need to know by? Can I answer you by the end of the week? These are going to be things that are going to help you find your most aligned answer. Your signature emotion is surprise. So when you're feeling surprised by life, this is when you know that you're on your X, when you're aligned, when you're exactly where you need to be, right? When you're feeling disappointment, this is your theme, your shadow emotion. So, this is when you know that you're not really being recognized by the people around you. You're not really being honored. You're not honoring yourself. You're out of integrity with your resources, right? So, understanding what your resources are and how to work with them is something that's super important to reflectors because your energy is quite delicate, having all your centers open. So, the most important thing for you to remember: alone time, connecting with nature, and connecting with the moon. These are really your most potent guides. I hope this mini session resonated with you enough to want to dive in deeper because this is really just the tip of the iceberg. A typical session takes from 90 minutes to 2 hours to get through. During this session, we're going to dive in deeper in your type. We're also going to look at your profile, which are the different archetypes that you're working with. We're going to look at the chakra system, which are your centers, which ones are defined, which ones are open, what does that mean, and how to work with them in the most optimal way. And most importantly, we're going to look at your life purpose. Why are you here? What are you meant to do? What is it that really drives you to evolve in the most aligned and optimal way for your unique chart? So, if this resonates for you and you want to dive in deeper, you can go ahead and reply to the message. I'm going to send you a link to my calendar so you can book the moment that works the best for you. And during our session, you'll get a recording of our session so that you can rewatch it at any time. You're also going to get a personalized PDF with all the insight that we talked about. And you're going to get a what's called a self-evaluation resource. So we're going to talk about your resources and how to stay in integrity with them. Because the chances are, if you're losing energy, if you're feeling depleted, if you're feeling depressed, if you're feeling out of alignment, it's because you're out of integrity with your resources. So we're definitely going to talk about that. And we're going to do an embodiment practice because this is all really beautiful information. But what do we do with this information? So, I'm going to show you where these things live inside your body so that you can fine tune yourself to them, so that you can listen to them, so you can feel them. You can align yourself with your intuition. Our intuition doesn't live in the same place for all of us. So, you're going to find out where your intuition lives, where this mechanism, how this mechanism works, so that you can listen to it, align yourself with it, and trust it. Thank you for your time. I look forward to diving deeper with you. And until then, stay present and remember who you are. Have a beautiful day.